voters. Former president, as the whole world knows, is battling 4 indictments. Why is it that you haven't directly criticized him in any of those cases?
Well, so put that aside.
Okay.
You know, what I've said before the cases, like, I never thought he should have run. Once he left office, I thought that he should have taken credit for the good things he did, but recognized that he was not the best way to go forward to win and unite the country behind our American first policies. And
why? Why is he a deal breaker?
Because I think that if you look at the voters you need to win, he's definitely got a base, but there are voters who are gettable for Republicans who don't like what Biden's doing. They disapprove of all this stuff, but they just won't do the Trump. We saw that in the midterms, unfortunately. I thought we were going to have a red wave because I'm like, there's inflation, there's all these problems. Don't you have to vote the other way? But when it came down to it, the Democrats had a playbook where they were running the same thing. And as much as I hate to admit it, it was effective at allowing them to maintain control of the Senate and keeping our House gains very modest. I think the legal cases just practically will suck the oxygen out of the room if he's the nominee. And the question is do we want the election framed on Biden's failures and our vision to reverse the country's decline? If we can do that, we will win. If the election's all about documents at Mar-a-Lago, January 6th, all that stuff, that's going to let Biden hang out in his basement. And I think he's going to get away with it again. He's not going to face scrutiny. It's not going to be about his record. That puts us in a much worse position to win. That's just practically, regardless of what you think of those. And I've been very critical of DOJ, FBI, and I backed him on. I was just in New York City. Alvin Bragg basically running for office saying, I'm going to get Trump, and then he does this ridiculous case. People see that, and they know that that's not the way the justice system should work.
Now, Trump also said in a recent interview that if he's back in the White House, he would have the Justice Department prosecute his political opponents. Isn't that the same accusation that he's making against the Biden White House?
Well, look, I would note he ran in 2016 saying he was going to appoint a special prosecutor for Hillary's emails. You remember that? And a lot of us thought that that was appropriate because they didn't really do a very thorough investigation of her. 2 weeks after he got elected, he said, forget it. That's what you say before the election. It's not what you say after the election. So he didn't follow through on that promise. And it's not about going after your opponents. What we need to do is just have a single standard of justice in this country.
So as president, would you pledge to treat the Justice Department as an independent agency when it comes to criminal investigations, that you would not get involved?
It's not independent from accountability.
Sure.
So I am not going to say to the Justice Department, you know, that Howie Kurtz guy, go find. No, that's not appropriate. But if they are not pursuing like BLM rioters, I have every right to bring the Attorney General in and say, you need to get on this stuff. This is serious stuff. If you have the FBI that's pursuing parents at school board meetings, you have every right to say, fire those agents who did that. So we're going to hold them accountable. We're not going to use it, to go after people for no reason. But we are going to set the priorities that they're going to do. And for my priorities, it's not going to be ticky-tack political stuff. It's going to be the things that really matter to keep this country safe.
Ron